everybody, it's Becky and welcome back to my channel. Today I recreated a mama dragon look that I got from Bonnie Ewan. She's an amazing makeup artist that I've learned so much from by watching her tutorials. If you'd like to see how I recreated this look, keep watching. First, you will need something similar to your own face, such as this plaster casting. I previously did a tutorial on how to make this. Go check it out if you haven't already. Then I took some lightweight air drying clay and began to mold the nose of our dragon. FYI, if you don't want to wait a full 24 hours for this to dry, you can put it in the oven at 200 degrees, leave the oven door slightly cracked, check on it every 10 minutes, and be sure to rotate. While the nose was drying, I took some liquid latex and mixed it with regular baking flour until it reached the consistency I was happy with. Then I began to mold our dragon's eye sockets. P.S. You'll want to put some Vaseline over your casting to ensure that the mask comes off more easily. Take your time with this step to ensure that you build your eyes in the correct place. I wish I would have raised mine slightly to leave more room for eyelashes. Now that your dragon looks more like a superhero, you can put the nose in place and begin to build the cheeks and forehead with the latex flour combination. Make sure to only make as much as you plan on using right away, because if it sits out too long, it will set up and be too difficult to work with. Also, I should probably mention that I am dipping my fingers into pure latex so the flour latex combination does not stick to my fingers too badly. I did work on sculpting the cheeks for quite a long time because I wanted them to be even, but don't worry too much if they're not perfectly proportioned. I did have to set my project aside for a full 24 hours to dry, but in the meantime I created the scales and ears you'll see a little later. I'm attaching these horns I made out of aluminum foil and tape. You'll want to keep them as light as possible, so don't mash them too much. You may want to tape and prop up your horns, keeping them in place until the latex dries. I did use a hairdryer to speed up this process. After all the horns were placed and dried, I gave my dragon a little character with some scales and teeth. Then I moved on to the ears that I previously made out of air drying clay. Creating all the individual scales and teeth was quite time consuming, but I think it was well worth it in the end. It was a little past this point that I realized I made one of my ears backwards, so of course I had to recreate it. The plan was to make the teeth out of polymorph or thermoplastic, but I ended up buying poly beads and those are not the same thing. So I ended up making them out of air drying clay. They did keep breaking, so don't do that. I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and paint my dragon before applying it to my face. Turns out, not such a good idea. But I am using some cheap body paint that I got out of the Halloween section at Walmart. Again, not such a good idea. I should have probably used latex paint or something else that would hold up better because it cracked and messed up when I applied it to my face. Once I got my base color down, I used my airbrush and some liquid aquamarine paint to highlight my dragon and paint the scales. Using my Krylon airbrushing liquid paint set, I took the dark blue and decided to add shading here, there, and pretty much everywhere I thought needed to be set in a little further. Then in the color black, I created deep shadows to help bring my dragon to life. Now taking the same dark blue from earlier, I'm spraying the edges of the black just to blend it in with our lighter highlighted color. Now to yellow up those teeth quite a bit. And because you guys voted and decided that I should make my dragon fierce and glamorous, I went in with some bright metallic blue just to really pop out those highlighted colors. Now taking baby powder and a fluffy brush, I'm going to gently pull at the edges of my mask. And because I put the Vaseline on there, it came up pretty easily. Okay, now it's my turn. I decided to go ahead and paint my mouth and lips black so I wouldn't have to worry about them showing through my teeth. I'm also wearing the worst bald cap ever. I absolutely hate this bald cap, but since it won't be showing, I decided it was pretty good for this project. I'm taking spirit gum and applying it to the inside of the mask and my face, and then tapping it until it gets tacky. Then I got my mask and I pressed it pretty hard to my face until I felt that my glue was dry. Then filling in my eye sockets with some black eyeshadow around my eye. Be sure not to poke yourself. As you may have noticed, I did mess up the paint job on my mask quite a bit while I was trying to put it on, but I touched it up a little bit later, so if you're going to recreate this look, you may want to wait to paint it until you adhere it to your face. Then I took some body paint and painted around my eyes, being sure not to get it too close to my eyeball. Not realizing that I was so off camera, I was painting my body from the neck, chest, and shoulder area. Then I added some extra clay that I made for larger scales and smaller scales. I also put spikes on my shoulders. Now I'm just adding a few more low-lighted places. Also, I'm going to need to paint those horns I put on my temples. And here's our completed look. A mama dragon, half fierce and half glamorous. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Be sure and share this if you liked it. And as always, feedback is welcome. Thank you.